This second man press recovery trick is very, very crucial for not drawing defenders out of position needlessly to leave you vulnerable in the defense. I'm about to break it down for you.
Griezmann, 3 men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for it. Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We talked about AUSSIEFIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
Second man press can actually be very, very useful in your defense in terms of putting more pressure onto your opponent and also allowing you to do two things at once. Track runners and also put pressure onto the ball carrier as you're doing that. Now, a lot of the time, people will continue to make the same mistake of spamming second man press, and they'll continue to hold R1 with all of their players without having an actual purpose in the defense and actually utilizing second man press. There should be a purpose in utilizing it. If it's not necessary to utilize, you may be covering space, you may be manually pressing the opponent with right stick switching, you may not always need to use it, and that's the mistake people fall into. A common mistake with this mistake itself is the fact that when people are holding R1, sometimes they won't even take notice of who they have second man pressing the player on the ball, and this can leave you vulnerable in defense because you're dragging players out of position without realizing it. There's space being left open, and your opponent can then exploit that space as he is pushing forward in his attack. So what I personally do when I am defending in FIFA 22 is I will take notice of who I am second man pressing with, but if it is the wrong player, what you should do is let go of R1, stabilize and reposition your defense by bringing the players back into the position, covering the space and cutting the passing lanes whilst also putting pressure onto the opponent, and then reset. Go in with second man press with purpose and utilize it as a tool that can be helpful in defending in FIFA 22. So instead of spamming it, I recommend using it with logic and also bearing in mind who you have selection of manually and who you are second man pressing with so that you do not leave gaps in the defense. Now, if you want more in-depth tutorials on second man pressing and utilizing it in certain situations, there are plenty on the channel, lads. Just type in AUSSIEFIFA second man press tutorial. There'll be plenty on there for you to delve into, lads, and basically learn how to use it properly. As I said, there's actual proper purposeful ways of utilizing it. Then there's also a way where you could spam it, but it leaves you vulnerable in the defense because you're constantly dragging a defender out of his position. However, that will signal the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm doing tutorials on Instagram and TikTok. I'm also coaching one-on-one on patreon.com, lads, so link is all in the description down below for that. I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, adios, salam, ciao. Goodbye.